Hey everyone, that is a sample from the first few seconds of Mission Ready, the new podcast from us here at Stars. I'm Lyle Aspinall, and I'm with Deborah Tetley. We're the co-hosts of Mission Ready, and we're joined today by a very special guest, Kaya Gamble, who created the music you heard in that clip, and much of the thematic music you heard throughout Mission Ready. Kaya, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Excellent. Well, we're very happy to have you too. So we're going to dive right into it. To get right to the point, you're a 15-year-old with a rapidly growing music career. So tell us a bit more about that. Tell us a bit more about yourself and your connection to Stars and all that.
Yeah, so my name is Kaya Gamble. I'm a 15-year-old soulful pop singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist from Calgary. And I started music about 5 years ago when I fell in love with the power it has to touch people's lives in such an intimate and beautiful way. And I've been writing my own songs, releasing them, performing, and connecting with people ever since then.
Don't know what love is, but baby, I'm in it.
So yeah, I guess we're here today, and my connection with Stars is quite an interesting one because my mom was the first ever non-medical volunteer when she was 18 with Stars, and then when she finished all of her medical training, she came to Stars as a flight doc actually, which is where she met my dad, who was a helicopter pilot, and that's actually where they first met and they first fell in love, which was it's a really beautiful story. And my mom stayed with Stars until she couldn't zip her flight suit up anymore because she was 4 months pregnant with me and married to my dad. And my dad was with Stars for 24 years and 2021 life-saving missions. So I've had a really deep personal connection with Stars. You know, I've had birthday parties there, and obviously the crew there has felt like family, a second family to me. I love the people there and what they do. So I was really honored when Stars asked if I might want to create some music for the podcast.
That's amazing. That connection goes way deeper than I even thought. I mean, I know your dad because I worked with him, but I never worked with your mom, and therefore I never realized that she had that connection here as well. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I remember the stories whenever anyone asked at, gatherings or anything how my mom and my dad met. It was always they met at Stars, and that's where their love blossomed.
So I'm just so moved by that story. I had no idea about your mom. I'm so distracted by that. I can just see her trying to zip up that flight suit.
I know, exactly. She's like, oh, I can't do it.
It just really speaks to the
That's
commitment,
awesome.
To the commitment that everyone has to the mission.
Mm-hmm.
So Kaya, in Mission Ready, the theme music that you created for us just nails the tone that we were going for when we first reached out to you to be part of this project. So then you made intro and outro music and several unifying thematic elements throughout. And I'm just curious about the process. How do you come up with that? And how were you able to nail the tone that we were looking for?
Yeah, well, as I said, my connection with Stars goes way deeper than most people know. So when I've been growing up, I've heard all of the details of what a mission entails, the emotion, the fear, the hope, everything that surrounds it. So, I got the example music from Lyle in a podcast draft you guys sent me, and I really tried to take the idea of that and my own personal experience with what I've seen and what I've heard from both of my parents and tried to incorporate it. There are actually little details in the music that have reference to Stars. For example, in the intro, there's this really deep bass organ that goes do 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 do, and is supposed to sort of be symbolizing a helicopter blade moving, because I thought that would be a really cool piece to add. And in one of the 10-second clips, there's this which is like a siren, because when you enter a scene, there may be ambulances there or fire department, and you'll hear those sirens, or maybe they're even screams of patients who are in need. So I thought I'd include that. And yeah, really, it's supposed to be this journey. It starts off as this in a minor key in B minor, and it's supposed to sort of have that mystique, that tension, as you can hear with the G over the B minor is a really crunchy but interesting chord to add in terms of it being a little more ominous. And then, of course, it goes into a more hopeful vibe when we transition through the podcast into a major key. So D major is the relative major to B minor. So I thought including that as one of the, middle sections would really go from, the fear, the initial mystique of what's going to happen to when you start to hear the helicopter, and there's that hope, because Stars brings so much hope to so many people's lives. So I knew I had to incorporate some of that. And then at the end, I actually combined the two melodies. I combined the intro melody with the middle section melody, the D major. So it has both the tragedy and the fear and the hope all mixed in. And, it ends with that really nice just ending, which means, we're here. We've got you. So it's a bunch of, as you said, thematic elements that I really tried to include. Even with the drum beat that's with the siren, sort of to create that tension. And the strings, I have strings in the intro, and those are really supposed to, I think strings are the most dramatic instrument out there. So I added high and low strings to try and add the drama to the music, because there's just so much intensity. I feel like if the missions for Stars were to be created into a TV show, it would be a drama show. So I wanted to make sure to think, okay, if this was a TV show, what would the theme music be? Because this is a podcast talking about what Stars experiences and what the patients have been through and the crew. So yeah, I'd say that's sort of how the process went. It was taking my own experience with, research that I went and watched different podcasts, different shows that have the same sort of elements, and then took my own personal experience with my dad and my mom and tried to combine it into this melody, which was a really cool thing for me to be able to do. So thank you so much for including me in this.
Oh man, I know when we got the files back and we got to the sample files, and we didn't know what we were going to get. You put this out there. Here's the tone we're going for, but it's hard to express through words. Mm-hmm. And then we get your samples back, and Deb and I both just got goosebumps. We were like, holy cow, she nailed it. Nailed it. We're like, wow, okay, can we just go with the draft ones? Because we just want to run with this. Okay, no, the finished ones are coming. The finished ones are coming. So absolutely, killer job. Well done.
Yeah,
Thank you so
next
much,
to
Lyle.
next to you, Lyle and I have probably listened to that music more than anyone, and every time it's as though, we like to say that people ride along with us on every mission, and it's as though you were on that mission with us. You're right. You nailed every single one of the emotions that a patient and the crew and the people on the ground and all of the allies would go through in a mission. And that's the beauty of this podcast. We were able to spread them out and use them in all of the areas that we needed to. And you just really exceeded our expectations. You should be very proud.
Oh, that's so kind of you both to say. Thank you so much. That honestly, that means the world, because I spent so much time really, really wanting to make it perfect for Stars, because Stars has given so much to my family. I wanted to give something back the best way I know how. So I really, really put my whole heart and soul into it. So I'm glad that you could feel that.
So, of course, Kaya, your music career is much larger than what we heard from you in Mission Ready. You've performed on stage with Brett Kissel. You've headlined Haley Wickenheiser's WickFest for 3 years in a row. You support various charities. You've got singles out. I listened to a couple of them. They're very, very good. What can you tell us about your career right now and your goals for the future?
Ooh, great question. Well, the career right now is just this single that came out called Sweet Talker, a song all about finding out someone's lied to you, but that you're better off without the toxicity in the end of it.
I guess it really was a game, so yeah. Don't you say that I'm to blame for us? Oh, what did I do? I just love you with all of my heart, but I guess you don't love me now. You just seem to say it somehow. Oh, I was too blind to think you were mine, 'cause all you did was lie from the start. I have been scarred. My broken heart. Can I be sweet talker?
So I've just really been trying my best to promote it. But I also have, now that things are starting to open up a bit more, some live shows coming up. I'm going to Edmonton for a arts festival called Next Fest, and I'm also going out to Toronto for Canadian Music Week. I'm performing at the Alberta Children's Hospital's gala for raising money for their new adolescent mental health center opening late 2022, which is really exciting, and hopefully many more performances to come. I've just been writing more songs. I have a debut EP that's coming out late summer, early fall, which I'm really, really excited for. And of course, I released, my first debut concert that was online, free benefit concert that happened end of November. Kaya Live is still available to watch, supporting adolescent mental health especially.
Remember like it was yesterday when you took my breath away, the day everything changed for me. My butterfly has come alive, no matter how hard I try. Tell myself you're no good for me, but how should I have known that you would be so cold? Did I sell my soul? I guess it really was a game, so yeah, could you save it on the blame for us?
So yeah, goals for the future is just to keep doing what I love to do, keep writing my music, release more songs, and connect with people really, really deeply. And that I'd say those are the goals for the future.
I'm hearing a common theme, a theme of supporting nonprofits and charities. And we've got the Randwick Children's Hospital in Australia. We've got the Alberta Children's Hospital that you're talking about. What charity does WICFest support?
WICFest is an organization created by Hayley Wickenheiser, the Olympian, to help young girls in hockey develop life skills. They not only get to participate in games in a tournament, but they also have speakers come in and talk to the kids about how to be amazing women.
Obviously, charitable efforts are close to your heart. I mean, I don't get the impression that this is somebody telling you to do it. This seems to be a little more than that. So why have you chosen to lend your efforts to charitable causes like the way you have?
Great question. And charity work, not helping people, has always been something that's been at the root of me growing up. I mean, just seeing my mom go out the door every day to help people in the ER, and when she was at STARS, and then seeing my dad be a part of this organization, helping people every single day. Especially when the pandemic hit, it really made me realize that, I want to help the best way I know how, which is through music. And music is such a healing, universal language that everybody can relate to in a certain way. So when you can combine music and having a great time and also raising money for a worthy, amazing cause or an organization like STARS, I just jump at the opportunity because it's a win-win for everybody. People get to listen to music and connect with people, and also help support really amazing organizations, really amazing causes, really amazing things in general. I'm saying amazing a lot because I think what you guys do is spectacular. So growing up and seeing that have made me want to give back to not just to STARS, but to other organizations that I've seen help so many people as well.
What a remarkable young woman you are. I'm so impressed.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. That's so nice.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. Is there anything else that you want to mention while we have you mic'd up and talking to folks?
Well, I guess if you stream Sweet Talker, it's available on all digital streaming platforms. That would mean the absolute world to me. You can still watch Kaya Live. It's on my YouTube channel. And be sure to keep streaming Mission Ready. Donate to STARS, support them, because what they do is beyond incredible.
Kaya Gamble, thanks so much for joining us today for this chat.
Thank
We
you.
wish you the very best of luck in your career. We want to say a heartfelt thank you for all of your support of STARS and for your amazing contribution to Mission Ready. And for everybody out there, you can learn everything you want to know about Kaya at kayagamble.com. That's KAIYA gamble.com. And if you want to learn more about the podcast, go to stars.ca/podcast. Check it out now. Thanks.